Breakup is not ending, it is just universal redirection towards your real self. Hello, my dear ones. I'm Dr. Kashika Jain. In this video, I will talk about breakup and how you can overcome from breakup trauma. But before I explain, I want you to download my mobile app. Just type my name, you will find my mobile app. Download it and practice affirmations and experience meditation. Now let's begin. Breakup. Oh my god, it's so painful. Really? Yes. For some people, really, very painful. For some people, it's just an ending to begin something new. It totally depends upon person to person how they process their emotion, how they treat anything happened in their life, how they give meaning to events and situations, how they practice radical acceptance and move on easily. Understand, when you are in a love relationship with someone, you stop hanging out with your friends, you stop taking care of yourself well, you simply deeply immersed with other person. In other words, you forget yourself. You simply keep focus on other person. You give priority to that person. You give life, you give breath, you give everything to that person. And you narrow down your circle. You stop hanging out with friends and you stop giving too much time to your family members as well. And most of the time, you are involved into that person. You talk over phone, you hang out with that special person. You want every single update, what's going in their life. And that makes you so attached to that person that you forget you are a separate, valuable human being. And when you deeply involve with someone and you give everything to that person, and after sharing a good relationship, spending quality time, creating memories, all of a sudden you got this shock that that person doesn't want to stay in your life. And it feels like a shock. And when we experience some shock, so auto response comes out and we go into denial zone. We feel difficulty to accept this reality that person is now unwilling to stay in our life. That person is rejecting us. That person is leaving us with tears. That person no longer cares about our emotion. That person has already moved on in their mind. That person has already taken this decision that this relationship has come to an end. And all this feels like a traumatic shock experience. And we feel unable to process our emotions and we feel paralyzed in thinking. We cannot rationalize it. For a moment, it feels like that the whole world is lost, everything is gone. Sometimes we feel breathless, sometimes we feel helpless, sometimes we feel, oh my God, how will I live without this person? This person was my whole life, my breath, my everything. Because you gave so much to that person, and now that person has already taken this decision not to stay in your life anymore. So I understand when this kind of situation all of a sudden comes in front, it gives a deep shock. If in any relationship already you have been struggling with lots of bonding issues and all, so gradually you might make up your mind that this relationship is going to end very soon, and gradually when you set up your mind and it feels little easy to get over this attachment, but when it happens all of a sudden and you were not even aware about it, and even with these small fights or lots of grudges. You have been carrying this relationship and you were not expecting other person to end this relationship. It feels like that, oh my God, what happened with me? Why it happened to me? How can this person do this to me? And this kind of typical thinking makes your pain more worse. And you are not in the capacity to accept this situation, the reality, and you start fighting with the reality. You become angry, you yell at that other person, you question a lot, and you shout, yell, scream, cry, lots of emotional, cognitive happening, keep happening inside you. And importantly, you process deep, intense emotion without rational thinking, and you question yourself, where were you wrong? And you also question the person, why that person has taken this decision not to stay with you. And when after long arguments and questioning, if even that person remains firm at their decision that now this relationship is end, so you feel depressed and you go into the depression zone, and that feels so painful because all the repeated thinking, memories, flashbacks, all the good time you have spent together, everything remains, like repeating, keep repeating. It feels like that everything is on a loop and your mind is not stopping. It's not allowing you to live freely. Your mind is now a kind of torturing you with the past memories and lots of questions which are unanswered yet, or even they are answered, you are not satisfied with the answers, and they keep rotating in your mind, and you feel miserable, you feel depressed, you cry a lot, you maintain poor hygiene, you don't eat well, you don't sleep well, you don't go out, you don't talk to people, and you keep thinking, get stuck into the loop of overthinking. And in this phase, you remain for a longer time because it really feels so hard to accept the reality. But my dear ones, eventually you have to accept the reality, and the sooner you accept the reality, it feels that easier to get out of this phase, because eventually you have to move on. You need to be in the flow of life. Now it's completely your choice how you manage your emotions, how you train your brain to think rationally even if in this tough time when you are overwhelmed with multiple emotions. So you need to again retrain your brain to think realistically in a healthier way. And when you start training your brain and you like meet your friends, you meet your family members, talk to them, and you again like start a different lifestyle, you go out, meet people, you pursue your hobby, you involve yourself into so many meaningful activities, again reconnecting with those people and with those activities which you stopped practicing, whom you stopped talking to, again reconnecting with other persons and restarting the activities really helps you to move on, to get out of this depressive phase. And always remember, the person who has already taken this decision to leave you, do not repeat this mistake to bring back that person in your life, because he is not or she is not going to value you. Let him or her go and maintain some self-respect. Give yourself priority. Maintain a good hygiene. Follow a good routine. Go out. Meet new people, create new memories, and value yourself, and understand it will take some time to move on because you are a human being. You process emotions, and it was a shock, and after every shock it takes time to reconnect to self, reconnect to others, and it really takes time to regenerate. So have patience, take your own time to heal, Practice meditation, do breathing exercise, go for a nature walk, just listen the soothing music, do whatever you like to do. Eat well, sleep well, maintain a routine. And most importantly, talk to yourself very nicely, gracefully. Stop criticizing yourself. Stop finding fault in you. Accept yourself as you are. Accept the reality. Think in a healthier way. Because you never expected this, and this unexpectedly happened to you. So you need to accept the reality, okay? Like you can say to yourself, like, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling low, I'm feeling rejected, I'm feeling neglected, I'm feeling being cheated, whatever you are, your feelings are valid. So validate your feeling that I'm feeling this way. But I choose to move on. I am important. I am worthy. I am ready to go with the flow of life. I accept this reality that this has happened to me. When you talk to yourself in this realistic way, you train your brain to move on. Every single step, like if you are going out with your friend, or you are enrolling yourself into some activity, or you are bathing on time, you are eating on time, you are sleeping on time, you are talking to yourself gracefully, every single step, train your brain to move on. You are important. Mistakenly, you had given so much importance to somebody, but now understand, even if you are in any love relationship, always give priority to yourself because you are important. The more you love yourself, less dependency you create on others. But if you forget yourself and simply keep focusing on the other person, give your time, money, energy, every relationship to that person, and you sacrificed everything to just for a single person, you committed blunders. But now it's time to learn from your mistakes, because after moving on, if you will look for another relationship, because you must look for another relationship, it doesn't mean one relationship failed, so every relationship will fail. No, do not generalize it. Understand, every experience gives some learning. Take learning. Why that relationship did not work? You were mistaken, that person was mistaken, whatever learnings, just gather the learning, learn, and gracefully move on. Give yourself respect and gradually take your own time. And when you feel healed, completely regenerated, and gradually look for another relationship. Do not be in hurry to look for another relationship, because some persons, they mistakenly think this way that, okay, to get over from this breakup pain, I need to immediately involve into some new relationship, because they feel it's very easy to get over from this breakup trauma. But this is a very toxic way, this is very unhealthy way to move on, because you are not healed, you are broken, you are deeply sad, you are confused. And if in this confusion state, deeply sad state, you will enter into new relationship, eventually you will end up with more frustration, because in the low moments, when we are unable to see the things rationally, unable to think rationally, we usually take emotional decisions, and those emotional decisions makes our life more miserable, and there are higher chances that other person will take advantage of you as well, because he will see you weak, he will sense your weakness, and sometimes some people enter in your life just to take advantage of you, because they sense that in those low moments you need a shoulder, and they become your shoulder, but their purpose is clear: to use you emotionally, physically, financially, lots of with wrong intentions. Some wrong person may enter in your life. Very rarely the chances are that some good people will enter into this phase, because good people allows you time to heal. But the manipulative person who were waiting for this time when you are in weak state, they will like immediately and will try to enter in your life. But do not take this way to move on, because this is temporary, but eventually it will add lots of pain. Just first heal yourself. Again, reconnect with your rational mind and with the balanced mind. When you are completely healed by practicing all the good practices, then with a balanced mind, see the life through clear lenses, and then with the learning of past relationship, gradually enter into the next relationship. And that is a healthier way of moving on and choosing another wise relationship. So my dear ones, this was all for this video. If this helped you, please do share this video with other people as well, because many people go through the pain of breakup, and sometimes they feel so broken that some people decide to end their life. Some people remain in this depression zone for a longer period of time, and it feels so hard to come out of this zone. If you share this video with them, they will be benefited. And I will see you in the next video.